Hi everyone, and welcome to this Feel Good Morning Pilates workout. We're going to be working on spinal mobility, gentle toning throughout the entire body, and just getting you warmed up so you can have a great day. So you don't need any equipment, just yourself and a mat, and let's get ready to go. Let's begin by sitting on your mat with your legs crossed. Do your best to sit on top of your sit bones, but if it's uncomfortable, you can always take a little pillow off your couch and stick that cushion underneath your sit bones. So from here, you're just gonna have your hands out to the side, and we're just gonna start by dropping our chin to the chest, looking forward, and then lifting your eye line up to the ceiling, and then bringing your head back down. So just tucking the chin to the chest, looking forward, then taking your gaze up to the ceiling. So we're just starting with these head nods, dropping the chin down, looking up, and then taking that eye line up to the ceiling. Now from here, our fingertips are on the sides, and as we drop our chin to the chest, you're going to round forward through the spine, circling those fingertips forward, painting a circle on the floor, and as those hands sweep back behind you, the eye line is going to look up to the ceiling with your chest. And bringing it back through center. So exhale, round forward. Inhale, circle back and lift the eye line with your chest. And finding a little bit of extension through the upper back. You can do this in your own time. Good. Doing your best to keep your fingertips on the floor, drawing those shoulder blades apart as you flex forward, and opening up through the chest and collarbones as you extend and take your gaze up to the ceiling. Let's just do one more. And bringing it back through center. Now reach your hands up to the ceiling. Turn your palms out and press your hands back down to your sides. And again, reach up, circle your arms around and press them back down to your sides. And now we're going to add that back extension. So as you circle those arms around, I just want you to take your chest back up to the ceiling. So now we're starting to engage through your lats a little bit more here. So the upper body is doing a breaststroke movement with the arms. And we're just starting to engage those back muscles. Good, let's just do one more here. And reach those arms right back out to the side. We're gonna take our mermaid stretch up and over to the right, relaxing the top shoulder down. Breathing into it here. Press the floor away and take it up and over to the other side, relaxing that top shoulder. Opening up through the rib cage. And do your best to keep both sit bones on the floor. Press the floor away and take it up and over to the other side one more time. And change sides. And bring it back through center. Arms will reach forward. We're gonna take our bow and arrow twist, so pull one elbow back behind you and release the arm forward to change sides. So we're trying to slide that shoulder blade around the back of the rib cage. So thinking about opening up through your chest, through your collarbones here, getting a nice twist through the torso. Good, let's just do two more. And last one. Bringing it back through center and releasing those arms down. Now let's transition into 4-point kneeling. So from here, you'll have your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. From here, we're gonna start with our angry cat to cow stretch. Angry cat is scooping that belly in and up, dropping chin to chest, rounding through the spine, drawing those shoulder blades apart, and inhaling to release your chest to look forward and gliding those shoulders down and back to cow. Exhale, round through the spine, drawing those shoulder blades apart, scooping that belly in and up. And inhale to release and look forward to cow. let's just do 2 more here. Just gently waking yourself up. And then bringing it back into neutral. Let's start by taking that left hand up to the ceiling now. And then threading the needle. Taking a nice shoulder stretch here. And press out of it. Let's do it one more time. Give yourself a nice twist and rotation. And thread the needle. Good, press out of it. That hand will come down to the floor. And then go ahead and reach your right hand up to the ceiling. And thread the needle. Trying to draw out of that right shoulder as it presses into the floor. One more time. Reach that right hand back up to the ceiling. And then thread the needle. Good, press out of it. And come back into 4-point kneeling. From here, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips up to the ceiling. Downward facing dog as you pedal one heel to the floor and then the other, bending the knees. Pedaling those heels out. Good. So from here, we're going to find some spinal articulation through the spine. So from here, we're going to find our spinal wave, where we're going to ripple our upper back, middle back to release your chest forward into a nice elevated swan stretch, and then send those hips back up. Downward facing dog. Rippling upper back, middle back to release your chest forward, and then send those hips back up. If that's too much for you, then just drop those knees down, sending those hips to your heels, rippling through the spine like a wave here. That is absolutely fine. It's more about getting your spine to move as fluidly as possible in the morning. Working any sticky spots out. Working through any sticky spots. And wherever you are on that last one, bring it back into your shell stretcher, your downward facing dog. And then let's drop those knees down and then come forward into 4-point kneeling again. Go ahead and walk your hands forward, and then we're going to drop those hips forward. So now we're in a nice 3/4 plank position. We're going to take our tricep push-ups, so we're going to keep those elbows close to your sides as you inhale to lower down, exhale to press yourself back up. Inhale to lower down, exhale to press yourself back up. Try and keep your eye line looking forward. And if you need to, just bring those knees back into 4-point kneeling and then drop your elbows to the floor and press back out of it. No need to struggle if it's just not happening today. Be gentle with your body. Then you're going to do 2 more here. On this last one, you're going to lower down as slowly as you can and release yourself down to the floor. So from here, we're just going to warm up through the posterior chain of your body now. So I want you to bend your knees and bring your heels together. And then you're going to bring your arms onto either side of your mat in a goalpost position. Just start with the lower body. So you're going to squeeze your heels and lift your thighs. So you're going to engage hamstrings and glutes, and then release down. So when we do this, think about tucking your tailbone under and drawing your abs in and up. So there's no arching in the lower back as we squeeze and lift those thighs, engaging into your glutes, and then releasing back down. Squeeze and lift. Imagine you're holding a piece of paper in between your heels and you don't want to let it go. Now if this is enough for you, you can either stay here, or we're going to squeeze those heels, lift the thighs and lift the forearms, squeeze your elbows to your waistline, release, and lower it down. Lift thighs and forearms, squeeze those elbows to your waist, release, and lower. Good, release it all the way down and extend your legs long. So you're gonna have your feet nice and wide so your heels drop inward. And we're just going to bring our hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale, press your palms into the floor as you peel your chest off the mat, gliding those shoulders down and back. We are lifting up into our swan stretch. Now, if that's too much for you, you just lift up to wherever you can. Arms can always stay bent. Good, on this last one, we're gonna hold our swan stretch wherever you are. If your arms are bent, you stay here. If your arms are straight, you stay here. So you can take your eye line over one shoulder, back through center, over the other shoulder, and back through center. Good. Last one, bring it back through center, and then soften those elbows and lower yourself all the way back down. Press yourself up by pressing those hips to your heels and sitting back into your shell stretch. Hips to heels, scooping your belly in and up and reaching your mid back up to the ceiling to keep it an active stretch. From here, I want you to walk your hands over to the right. Right hand will be down, left hand will go on top of the right, and hold it here to get a nice side stretch through the body. And walk your hands over to the left. Opening up through the side of the body again. Lovely, bringing it back through center and slowly rolling yourself all the way back up. Good, so from here, we're just gonna have a seat with our legs extended long. Now your legs are going to make a V position here, and we're just going to start with our hands behind your head. I want you to twist, roll down, roll up, and unwind. You're going to twist, roll down, roll up, and unwind. So do your best to stay on top of your sit bones here and make sure both sit bones stay planted into the floor as you take this side bend here. Good, let's just do one more. Release your hands down. Go ahead and take your feet a little bit wider if you can, and then just walk your hands forward, just releasing into your inner thighs, your adductors. These can get quite tight, and just take a little release here. It doesn't matter if you're way up here or way down here. Just breathe into it as long as you can feel the stretch and the release. It is doing wonders for your body. Great, walk those hands back in and swing one leg around. All right, we're gonna lie all the way down onto your mat now. We're just going to make sure that we wake up the entire posterior chain with some glute bridges. So we're just going to start with our feet underneath our sit bones. Head and hands will stay down to start. You're going to tuck the tailbone and peel your hips off the floor, one vertebrae at a time, rolling those hips up, and then slowly melting your spine back down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. So it starts with the tailbone. We tuck the tailbone, peel it off, then the lower back, then the mid back, pressing through those shoulders, lifting those hips at the top, reaching those knees to the wall in front of you, and then compressing through your chest, the mid back, the lower back, and then releasing that tailbone down at the bottom. Taking your time to find that articulation from the tailbone up to the shoulders this time, and then releasing it. Let's do one more slow roll here. And now if you just pick your hips up as one unit, we're gonna lift them up and down, driving those heels through the floor. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keep it going. So we really wanna switch those glutes on. A lot of us sit during the day, depending on what we do. So we wanna make sure that our glutes don't get too lazy and switch off before we've even started the day. So if we just get them activated, this is a great exercise to do first thing in the morning. Good, let's just do 2 more here. Now I want you to hold your hips up. Drop your hips down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Make it teeny tiny, make it precise. Good, keep those hips up. See if you can walk your feet in a little closer and lift those heels so you're on the balls of your feet. Hold it here. Squeeze those glutes. Lift those hips higher. Hold it here. Good job. You're just gonna freeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place your hips down. Hug those knees into your chest. Give a little rock and roll side to side. Now from here, press your knees forward so they're on top of your hips. Arms will reach out to the side. We're gonna drop those knees over to one side, back through center, drop them over to the other side, and back through center. Use your breath. Inhale over, exhale, lift, inhale over, exhale to lift. So this one is great for switching on those obliques and releasing through the lower back. And last one. Bring it back through center. Hands will release down by your side. You're going to flex your feet, press one thigh away and in, press the other thigh away, bring it back in. So we're trying to keep those bottom ribs gliding to your hips so your lower back stays gently pressing into the floor. So there's no arching in your lower back here. Good, so if it feels too easy, it probably is. Go back and check that technique. Think about, is your lower back staying on the floor? Are you just pressing this thigh away? Is your leg still in that 90-degree angle? Good, let's just do a few more. And bring it back through center. Pointing your toes. You're going to inhale for nothing, exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Reaching your hands towards your ankles. See if you can now reach those arms overhead as you extend those legs long, and then circle those arms around and bring your knees back into your chest. Reach arms and legs long, circle it around and in. Reach out long, circle it around and in. This is really gonna switch those core muscles on. This is your double leg stretch. Reaching it out, circling it in. Doing your best to keep that lower back gently pressing into the floor. Now, if it's too much to hold your head up, keep the head down, but keep those arms and legs moving. So you can still do this with the head down, and that's absolutely fine. Good, we have 2 more. On this last one, we're going to bring those knees in, stretch one leg long, hug one knee in, and then the other. Hug one knee in, and then the other. Take a little quicker to change. Shh, 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 shh. Remember, your head could be down. You could keep switching those legs, single leg stretch. Shh, 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 shh. Getting a little bit more energy pumping through the body here, waking yourself up. Good. And if you feel really good, bring those hands away from your legs, bring them behind your head, and we're going to find that rotation through the body, and we're going to twist and twist and twist. Going right into those obliques now. If your head is down, just keep those legs moving. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring it back through center and release your head down. Head will stay down, hands will come down. Press those thighs away and give yourself a little tiny rollover prep, peeling those hips off the floor. Working into those lower abs, switching those on. We're just gonna keep everything small, controlled. We wanna always control the movement. Don't ever let it control you. So really control lowering those hips back down. Don't just let your hips thump back down to the mat. Good, last few here, keep it going. Good, last one. Go ahead and extend your legs up to the ceiling. Curl head, neck, and shoulders off the floor to reach your hands to the backs of your calves. Drop one leg down. Give me 2 pulses, 1, 2. Switch, change legs, 1, 2. Switch, change legs. Scissors here. 1 and 2. Getting a lovely stretch through the back of the leg, through that hamstring. That should feel so good. Then think about reaching that bottom leg longer. If your head is getting tired, go ahead and put it down, but keep those legs going. And if you want more challenge, go ahead and switch those legs a little quicker. You change and change and change and change. Keep that breath going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that right leg up now, left leg long. You can either hold onto the leg to lift those legs together, up and down. For that stack scissor, up together, down together, up together, down together. Lift, lower, for 2 and 1. Good, quick change. You can grab it again to lift and lower, or to challenge yourself, release those arms for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, reach those feet up and lower your head down. All right, big finish. We are now going to lower those legs on a long diagonal line as low as you can and flutter those legs. Teeny little flutters. You can keep your head down or to advance, curl head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Reaching those fingertips long. Lower those legs a little closer to the floor, you got it. Get those shoulder blades just off the mat. Chin to chest. For 4. For 3, keep it going. You have 2. You have 1, reach. Reach those arms overhead, lower those arms and legs a little lower, a little lower, a little lower. Keep that lower back pressing into the floor for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in. Well done. Go ahead and give yourself a little rock side to side. And then let's hug those knees in a little tighter and rock and roll yourself forward and back. Just a few times, go ahead and just release that lower back. Rolling like a ball here, all the way up. And to bring it around. Let's bring it back to your seated position. Bring it back through center. From here, I just want you to bring your hands behind the back of your head.
Drop your chin to your chest, letting your hands be heavy and letting your elbows come forward, rounding through the spine a little bit. Maybe you feel a little bit of nervy sensation through the spine. That's okay. It will slowly release. Just don't pull the head. Just let those hands be heavy. Release.
Now this time, look up to the ceiling and press your head into your hands. And then release it forward. Really mimicking what we did to start our session with just a little bit of extra weight through that flexion and extension here. Good, one more. Bringing it back through center, release those arms down and give your shoulders a nice roll down and back. Well done, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that feel-good morning Pilates session. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button as I have new workouts every single Monday. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and exclusive full-length workouts over on Patreon. Thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, guys.